That's right. It's your old pal, the Credit Crusader. Yep, I'm finally back. I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I definitely owe you guys. Well, the Crusader is going to deliver today because I've got a video that's going to help you guys make some extra do-re-mi, if you know what I'm saying. Because in this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 authorized user Tradeline accounts that are the best for 2023 as far as selling and making money off of. Wouldn't it be great to make money off your credit cards instead of them making money off you? Well, watch to the end because I'm definitely going to let you guys know a whole hell of a lot about how to get that done. Now, before I get too far in the video, I got to let you guys know that Tradeline Vault is actually looking for card holders. If you want to go on down to tradelinevault.com, I'll leave a link in the description. You can check out their card holder section. You can see if you have any of the cards that they're looking for. I'm pretty sure you got to have at least 4 cards in order to work with them, but they're a great company to work with. They won't do you wrong. So if you're interested in actually selling your authorized user Tradeline accounts, go on down to tradelinevault.com, ask for Jasmine, tell them the Crusader sent you. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to go over the top 5 accounts. So the first bank I want to talk about is a credit card issued by Chase Bank. Now, Chase Bank is generous when it comes to adding and removing authorized users. They let you do it a lot without any hiccups. They report to all 3 credit bureaus, which is a must-have if you're trying to sell authorized user trade lines. Nobody wants a trade line that doesn't report to all 3. Chase does. Another great thing about Chase is the fact that you can add people online. I have been a card holder for trade line companies in the past, and it's like I always dreaded having to call in because the card that I had, you needed to call in for some reason or another, like Citibank, and it was just like, oh God, you call in, you'd be put on hold, the person wouldn't be able to understand you because they're in India, the information would get all screwed up, there'd be posting issues, it would be nothing but a headache. Chase, you're going to alleviate a lot of that stuff because you can add it right there online, and it'll actually show you who's on your card. That is awesome. The biggest drawback with Chase is that you have a chance of them closing your account if you habitually add and remove authorized users. Now, that's something that hasn't been happening as much because people have gotten wise and they've stopped going ham, adding and removing people all day, every month. You don't want to do that. You want the least amount of action on your cards as possible because that is going to extend the life. But as far as Chase is concerned, if you have a Chase Bank card, it will definitely work as an authorized user, and there's a lot of companies out there that would love to have you sell to them. Now, when it comes to the second card on my list, we're going to go and talk about TD Bank. Now, TD Bank's an oldie but a goodie. TD Bank is very generous with you adding and removing authorized users, just like Chase. They're actually more generous than Chase, so they're higher on the list. Also, you have a back office where you can go in and see who's on your card. You can add people online. It's great. Now, one thing about TD is that they don't take the social online. So if you're trying to add an authorized user and their credit report isn't built out correctly or there's something up, you may have to call in to add the social security number. And when you do that, it's always just nerve-wracking every time you got to call in because it's like, you don't know if there's going to be a problem. You just want the damn thing on there. You call in, you're like, oh great, just get it on there because you want to get paid. So when it comes to TD, you can add them online, but you still got to call in that social, so that's why it's lower on the list. They won't close your card. That is definitely one of the best parts about TD is they will not close your account, but they will, if you habitually add and remove users, they will stop you from adding any more users. So that's something you need to think about when you're doing this. Now, again, the great way to extend the life of your card is if you just do it softly. You don't do 10 people one month, 10, take them off, do 10. You got to spread it out, all right? That's the best way to keep your cards alive for the long haul because let's think about this. If you're trying to do this, the older your card is, the more money you're going to get for it. So you're better off extending it over a long period of time than trying to get a bunch of money up front and being thirsty as all get out. So when it comes to TD though, TD is definitely a good card to have if you're trying to sell authorized user trade lines or be a card holder. Third card on my list, the bank, is going to be Regions Bank. Now, Regions Bank is great. They're one of the best, in my opinion. We report to all 3 credit bureaus. They let you add and remove people really generously, more so than TD, way more than Chase. You can add people online, and the best part is they take the social online. So you can go in, anytime you're adding people's information in a back office when it comes to authorized users, You want to make sure that you have the most data points. They take the most data points because that ensures posting. So if like something's screwed up on the address, all right, well the social will bring it over. Whereas some cards, if they don't take the information, there's a lot more room for screw ups, if you know what I mean. So the fact that Regions accepts the social security number and the address in the back office, you can do it online, is awesome. The only problem with Regions, just like TD, is that if you habitually add and remove people, I'm talking really, go ham with it, they'll stop you from being able to add anybody else. Now, I'm pretty sure there's really no set number when it comes to TD and Regions. I think it's pretty much if you bring attention to your account, some human beings will look at this and say, all right, I see what they're doing, and they're going to say, stop letting him do this. So your best defense against it, like I said, is you just not go ham. Don't add and remove people every month. Space it out. Minimum 2 months, preferably every 3 months. Adding people and then taking them off. You want low action on your card. That will keep it alive for the longest amount of time. But as far as an authorized user Tradeline account, you definitely can't go wrong with Regions. Okay, so the fourth card I'd like to talk about is going to be PNC Bank. Now, PNC Bank's got a special place in my heart because, I've had my PNC Bank card for years and years now, and I've added and removed people like crazy, and it's never been shut down. I think it's safe to say PNC Bank cards are indestructible. You can add as many people as you can, and they won't shut down your card or stop you from adding people, so they'll just keep posting. So, it's one of the best cards, in my opinion, to get if you want to have an authorized user Tradeline portfolio of cards. They let you add online, which is also great, and they take the social security number, which is awesome, because that definitely helps with posting. Because there's a lot of times people will give you the wrong information. They forget to give you an address or something, or forget to give you a unit number or an apartment number when it comes to the address. So having the social as something that is taken online helps with posting, and it makes the card holder's job way easier. So that's why I love PNC. You're definitely gonna have to call in when you do the removals though. It's the same thing with Regions. If I forgot to mention that, Regions, you gotta call in to do removals. It's not that big of a deal. It's easier to call in, or less nerve-wracking to call in to do a removal than it is an ad. Because if you're doing a removal, that means it already posted. You're just trying to get it off the account. So PNC is one of the best. It's the fact that it's indestructible just makes it stand out. That's one thing about that card that none of the other ones have. The only reason it's not number one on the list is because they're limiting on how many users you're allowed to have at one time. Maybe that's the reason why it doesn't get shut down, or they don't stop you from adding and removing people. They don't put a block on it, is because they only let you have 2, maybe 3, depending on the card at one time. But that's fine if you think about it, because you want your card to last. You want your card to age. You don't want the card to get shut down, or you don't want to lose the ability to be able to add and remove, because then you can't make any more money off of it. So, in my opinion, PNC is one of the best. It's definitely a contender for number one. But number one is going to be right now, and I'm pretty sure you guys all know what the number one card is. And that's, Barclay, the king of authorized user Tradelines. Now, why is Barclay number one? I'll tell you right now. Barclay reports to all 3 credit bureaus, just like all the other accounts do. Barclay they let you add and remove people. They're very generous when it comes to that. Barclay, you have a back office where you can add and remove, so you don't have to call in at all, which I love. The fact that you don't have to call the bank. You just go in, add them, and then when they need to be removed, you take them off. They've got it all listed when they were added. It's all beautiful. You can know by going in the back office who's on your account, when they were put on. It's great. It's pretty much the cardholder's dream account is Barclay. Now, one of the things you guys need to know though, when it comes to Barclay, is they've got something special about them. You can actually take one Barclay card, take the balance, and move it over to another Barclay. Like, let's just say you have 2. Let's just say you have a $10,000 Barclay and a $5,000. Well, if you use the 10,000 Barclay, if you use that a lot, and then they stop letting you add, because they will, if you habitually add and remove people, they'll stop letting you add to that account. But they won't stop letting you add to like another account. If you have 2, you can take that balance and move it over to the other account. So then you can power up this card and get that ready to rock and be able to sell this. So they don't penalize you. Like some cards like Bank of America, they'll close all your accounts if you add too many authorized users. They're bastards. I hate Bank of America, just personally. But Barclay, they are number one just for ease of use and the fact that you can have I think 4 Barclay cards at one time, which I can't recommend them enough if you're trying to be an authorized user Tradeline card holder, because they're just so easy to work with. I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time talking to somebody on the phone and screwing around with people in India. I just want to get it in, get it done, take a screenshot, boom, done, that's it. That's what I want to do, least amount of time possible, right? Barclay's the ticket when it comes to that. PNC's the second, then Regions, then TD, then Chase, as far as I'm concerned right now in 2023, because some things have been changing. Citibank, they have been a pain in the ass, not a nightmare to get to post. And Synchrony, they used to be beautiful, and now there's posting issues with them. It may be coming back. I've got to investigate it. But as for right now, from what I know and from what I've been hearing, from the word on the street, those 5 cards that I just went over are the best when it comes to adding authorized user trade lines and being able to make money off your cards. And like I said before, head on down to TradelineVault.com if you're interested in selling your accounts. They'll give you a fair price. And if you're trying to do this on your own, even better, go ahead and try to sell your own cards, see if you can get something going. I mean, times are tough right now, and everybody needs all the extra money they can get. I know that. So I hope this helps you guys out. My work is done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Crusader out.